Today we're going to learn how to do a paired t-test using Jamovi. The test we're going to run is at the school you're teaching at. You give students the SAT, and you want to know, do they score higher on the math portion of the SAT than the verbal portion? And we're going to use a significance level of 5%. So if we go to Jamovi, we have the data already uploaded. So to run a paired t-test, you simply go under the Analysis tab, click on t-test, and this is paired. We use a paired t-test when we have dependent samples. Frequently, this occurs when you have something that you're measuring for an individual, and there are two quantities, and you want to compare them. In this case, the verbal score with the math score for each of the individuals in the study. So we click on Paired Samples t-test, and we want to compare the verbal to the math score. If we look over here on the right, we'll notice that we have a p-value of about 1%. That's less than our level of significance. So we are going to conclude that they do score differently on the verbal and math section, but we need to check, do they score higher on the verbal section or the math section? So if you look at this part here where it says statistic, it says negative 2.56. What that indicates is that the first variable, the verbal, is smaller than the math variable, the second variable. And so this is correct, what our alternative hypothesis was. Our alternative hypothesis said that students scored higher on math. That is, their verbal score was lower than their math score. And our p-value here shows that it is a statistically significant result. If we'd wanted to, we could have run the one-sided test, but often we just run a two-sided test regardless. If you want to know how much more do they score on math as opposed to verbal, we can click on mean difference with confidence interval of 95%, scroll over, and we see that in our sample, there was a difference of 15 points on average. And so we're 95% confident that students score somewhere between 3 and 28 points better on the math section on average for students at this particular school.